lesson, we are going to be finding the area of 2D composite shapes. They're going to be made up of triangles, circles, and trapezoids. So the formulas we're going to want to remember: area is equal to 1/2 base times height for our triangle. Our circle is area is equal to pi r squared. And our trapezoid, we don't use that formula that often, but it's area is equal to 1/2 times the height times the quantity where you actually add the two bases together. So let's look at the directions. They want us to round our answer to the nearest tenth, and we are going to use 3.14 for pi. So let's start with the first problem. Let's see what we have in store for us. Mark placed a pool in his backyard, which is enclosed by a triangular fence. So here is his fence, and we see that's his yard. The radius of the pool is 20.5 feet, and I've underlined that because that's going to be important. How much of the backyard is not covered? So when we say not covered, we are talking about the shaded area of the drawing that's given to us. So we're going to start off, and let's find the area of his whole yard first. So that's a triangle. So area is equal to 1/2 your base times your height. I always write the formula first. Area is equal to 1/2. The base is 92. And see this 90-degree box? That tells me there's my height is 84. Well, with order of operations, we're going to do 1/2 of 92 is 46, and we're going to times that by 84. So our area for the triangle is 3,864, and that is feet squared. All right, so now, since we are not going to count the area of the pool because that's water, I'm going to now find my area of my pool, and then we're going to do a little subtraction problem. So the pool is a circle, and in the directions, they told me to use 3.14 for pi, and the radius is 20.5, and we have to square that. So we are going to have to square the 20.5 first. So area is equal to 3.14. And when we square that, we end up with 420.25. And notice, even though it says round your answer to the nearest tenth, I'm not rounding until I get my final answer. So now area, when I do this multiplication, is equal to 1,319.585. In order to find the shaded area, we are going to have to take the first, and this is in, again, feet squared. We're going to have to take the first area minus the second, which is the pool, in order to find the shaded area. And when we do that subtraction, we end up with 2,544.5415. It said round to the nearest tenth, so I'm looking, this is going to either stay a 4 or become a 5. And since that is a 1, we know our answer is 2,544 and it is a 4 feet squared. And there is the area that we have for the grassy area of his yard. Okay, so before we start with the second problem, I am going to go ahead and draw my line. We're done with this. My brain waves are now focusing on this side of the board. And I see I have a trapezoid and I have a small circle, and they want the shaded area. So that means that I am going to have to take the area of the trapezoid minus my little circle that's there. So I'm going to start with the formula for the area of a trapezoid. Area is equal to 1/2 the height, and it's base 1 plus base 2. So we add these two bases together. And how you know what a base is, it's the parallel sides of the trapezoids. So now area is equal to 1/2. The height is 4. I'm just substituting in my values. And then I have my first base is a 10 and my second base is a 15. Well, order of operations tell me that I'm going to do this first. So I end up with area is equal to 1/2 times 4. And we have 10 plus 15 is 25. And area now is equal to 1/2 of 4 is 2 times 25. And we end up with that area is 50 inches squared. And that is my trapezoid. Now I'm going to go to my small circle that I have there. And area is equal to pi r squared. Area is equal to pi is 3.14. The radius is 3. And we're going to square that. And now I know I have to do this first. So area is equal to 3.14. And 3 squared is 3 times 3. So that's a 9. So area is equal to, when I multiply those two together, I get 28.26. And that is in inches squared also. Our units have to be the same. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to do a subtraction problem, just 50 minus 28.26. And when you do that subtraction problem, you get 21 74/100. Remember, we want to round our answer to the nearest tenth. So I'm looking here. And the shaded area is going to be 21 7/10, because there's a 4 there, inches squared. And there is the answer to our problem. Going to the next one, notice brainwaves left that problem. We're headed to the next one. And for the next one, we are talking about now we have a garden. And they have a tree right in the middle of that garden. And I can see the radius of this tree is 1 foot. The radius of the whole garden is going to be 1 plus this extra 3 that we have there. And we want to find the area of the garden. So it's all the space around the outside of that tree. So we're going to have to use the formula area is equal to pi r squared twice. So I'm going to find my tree. So area is equal to pi r squared. This is an easy one. Area is equal to 3.14. The radius of the tree was a 1, and that's squared. Well, 1 times 1 is 1. So the area of the tree is 3.14 feet squared. Okay, so now I've got to find the area of the whole garden. And then we're going to have to do a little subtraction problem. So again, area is equal to pi r squared. And I want you to realize this is area is equal to 3.14. And again, our radius is this 1 plus 3 more. It is a 4 squared. Well, we know 4 squared is 16. And we're going to have to multiply that by 3.14. So the area for the garden is 50.24. And that is in feet squared. So just like before, since we just want the garden area and not the tree, we're going to have to take 50.24 minus 3.14. And when we do that subtraction, we end up with 47 1/10. And that is rounded to the nearest tenth. So our answer for what is the area of the garden is 47.1 feet squared. If this video was helpful to you today, please add a like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more Math with Marcia. See you again soon.